Good morning. Mayor Ralph Becker, pleased to have you join us. We're here to talk about the Year of the Bike. And apologize a bit for the acoustics. It's a side effect of this beautiful building. I want you to know that there is no particular significance to this armed warrior behind us as it relates to bikes, other than sometimes I think all of us on bikes out on the streets feel like we need armor. But today we are really announcing this year, 2013, as the Year of the Bike. I'm going to make some brief comments. I'll be followed by Salt Lake City Council member Stan Penfold, Utah Transit Authority General Manager Mike Allegra, Utah Department of Transportation Deputy Director Carlos Braceras, Davis County Commissioner and Wasatch Front Regional Council Active Transportation Committee Chair Luinda Downs, Salt Lake County Deputy Mayor Nicole Dunn, and the University of Utah Bicycle Coordinator Heidi Goodhart. As you can tell from this lineup of speakers, that what we will be doing this next year as a Year of the Bike is a partnership across many levels of government, many participants privately and publicly, in moving forward with our bicycle infrastructure and with improving bike safety for both cyclists and for motorists across the whole region. In Salt Lake City, I'll just comment briefly before I turn time over to Councilmember Stan Penfold. In Salt Lake City, we have taken on now, in a very aggressive way for the last 5 years, improving the opportunities for cyclists and improving, hopefully, conditions for cyclists and motorists on our roads with more cyclists over the last 5 years. And we have seen remarkable progress. I can tell you as mayor that I always enjoy those opportunities when people come to me and say, hey, I like something you're doing. And I probably get more comments about the improvements we've been making in Salt Lake City relating to cycling in our city than anything else that we've been working on over the last 5 years. The benefits of improving cycling, we all know. Certainly, we're all so attuned this winter to the horrible air quality we've been having with the winter aversions, and cycling is a contribution to improving air quality. It improves the quality of life for everyone in our community, whether you're a cyclist or not, certainly as it relates to air quality, but also in providing the kind of community modes of transportation, the many ways for people to be able to get around, for people to be able to interact more easily within their community and communicate more easily in their community, and helps with the overall quality of life in our community. I'm not going to run through a lot of the things that we have been doing, but I do want to note that we've really been getting some great help, including the idea for really focusing attention regionally this year from some folks in Salt Lake City government. Robin Hutchison, our transportation director, has obviously been leading the way. We've had our, it seems like, continually expanding staff help and work on cycling and transportation in that arena with Dan Bergenthal and Becca Rulf. We've also particularly had some help as it relates to this effort with Colin Quinn Hurst and Paula Sarnoff with the Green Bike Initiative. We really see this whole effort as consolidating our efforts across the region. And we talked about air quality. This is a big part of what we're doing with our Clear the Air Challenge and giving people ways to get around. This year in Salt Lake City, we are amping up what have been our considerable efforts even further. We'll be launching our bike share program this spring. We are going to be having, I think it is May 4th, an open streets deal where we will actually close the street except for to cyclists and pedestrians, third south, mostly on 3rd South. We are going to be continue to expand our biking infrastructure. We're going to be enhancing our efforts as it relates to education for both motorists and cyclists in a big way this year. And we've got a whole bunch of initiatives we'll be rolling out through the whole year in Salt Lake City. But I think most importantly, when people are cycling around in our valleys, which is a very cycling capable area, except on days like this, is that this is a very cycling conducive environment. Our valleys are relatively flat, and most people don't know where the political boundaries end. They just want to be able to ride around and get to where they're going, whether that's for recreational purposes or commuter purposes, as a way to get around. And by having this broad regional effort, we're going to be really taking a giant leap forward in what we're able to do as a region with Salt Lake City as part of that. So we're thrilled to be part of this today, thrilled we're able to host this event, and you're going to be hearing, obviously, from a number of us who are working on it from different perspectives and responsibilities. So let me turn the time now over to Councilmember Stan Penfold.
As a member of the Salt Lake City Council, I'm really excited about the Year of the Bike, and so is Salt Lake City. Last year as a council, we went out to the community and to residents and we asked what's important in Salt Lake City. And cycling was right up there at the top. The mayor has made a commitment to cycling for as long as he's been in office, and it's really starting to show. I actually get really excited. I feel a little guilt, but I get really excited when I see people out cycling this morning. I don't know if you've noticed it, but cyclers are out all year round, and I'm amazed and impressed with people who are out cycling in the snow and have really made that commitment to cycle year round. I think that's what Year of the Bike is about, facilitating those opportunities for us to really get out as a community and participate in cycling. One of the goals of the council this year is to spend a lot of time talking about transportation and mobility in our city. And of course, this fits right into that priority for us. So we're excited to work with the mayor's office and our other partners here with that goal in mind. Another quality that came up very important to Salt Lake City residents was neighborhood quality of life. And I think cycling is all about getting out in the neighborhood, having that ability to get from one point to another in an easy, safe, friendly way. So one of the things that's exciting to me about Year of the Bike is really expanding cycling opportunities across an entire spectrum of biking styles and abilities and demographics. I think we're really starting to make that turn to talking about cycling as it's available to everyone in the city. We asked you what you thought as a council. We heard back, and I'm very excited to be working on cycling projects this year. But truly, what's most amazing to me about this opportunity and today are these partners. This is the first time this has happened at this scale, and these people are all totally engaged and in working together to make our entire community a better cycling community. So I really would love to acknowledge this group of people, and I'm going to do that. It's also my pleasure now to introduce from UTA, Michael Akra.
Good morning, everybody. What a great day out there. It's invigorating, isn't it? I am the general manager of the Utah Transit Authority, and I'm pleased to be a part of this effort that's going on. Bicycle and bicyclists are a much, much larger part of our portfolio, and as we look into the future, will only continue to grow. Today we're carrying, on good days, close to 1,500 people on bicycles every day, and we see those numbers continuing to grow. And today I want to announce some exciting news for you about our commitment and the relationships that are working with this group behind us and everybody in the bicyclist community. Right now, you may know that every bus has a bike rack on it, and on our front runner trains we have facilities for bicycles in the trains as well as on the platforms. We also are owners of 30 miles of bicycle trails, mostly up in Davis County, but certainly down south in Davis, in Draper and in Sandy, and we look to expand those. We really want to infect the community, as has been talked about here, and you've heard a lot about walkable communities. Well, we need to ensure that it's walkable and bicycle communities as we move forward. It's getting around on human power. Active transportation is really the focus of where we need to be in our future. So today, I'm really excited to announce a couple of things. First of all, on every bus that we buy from now on, we will have 3 bicycle racks. We finally broke the barrier and figured out how to put 3 bicycles on every bus. So we're excited about that. We will be adding another 20 miles of trails this year to our bicycle network that's out there with all the trail systems that are in place. And perhaps most importantly, what I've heard the most since we've opened up tracks is that there's no place to hang a bike in our tracks vehicles. And so starting this month, we will be installing bicycle hooks where you can hang your bikes inside our new tracks vehicles. So we're excited about that development as well. We love being here. We love to be part of this. I'd like to leave you with the parting message that the mayor talked about, is to be safe. It's the #1 issue for us. Just pay attention. The devices are out there. Just be respectful of the laws and the facilities and the devices out there, and just be happy and be healthy. So thank you very much. I'm pleased to turn the time over to Carlos Braceras, mostly because I know he can bike a lot faster than me. So he'll be passing me up here real soon. Carlos?
Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Mike. Really appreciate it. First of all, thank you all for being here today. This is really an important and an exciting day for me. I want to thank Mayor Becker, Salt Lake City, for your leadership on this and bringing us all together. It really takes visionary leadership to bring people together from different walks of life to accomplish what's important to our community. And you know, when you think about it, nothing important gets done by any single individual or by any single agency. It takes all of us working together towards that common vision. You know, one of the things that I really enjoy about cycling, and I've had a chance to cycle all over the world, is the world seems different when you're on a bike. People will wave at you, you wave at other cyclists. It brings us all together in a way that we don't see happening when we're in our vehicles and rushing around in our day-to-day lives. So I'm very excited about the opportunity to work with everyone to, I think, advance what we already have. And sometimes we're always thinking about the next opportunities without really appreciating how amazing it is here in Utah, in Salt Lake City. I think this is one of the best places in the world to cycle, and I'm excited about the opportunities in the future. Now, the Utah Department of Transportation may not be viewed as a cycling agency as a primary mission. I'm going to just touch quickly on the 4 goals we have and how those 4 goals actually do involve improvements for cycling. One of the goals we talk about is we want to preserve our infrastructure. Multi-billion-dollar investment in our streets and our bridges out there. Now, as a cyclist, I love it when I have smooth pavement. I don't like having potholes to ride over. I don't like blowing tires. So I think having roads in good condition is good for cyclists. But one of the things we've been doing in the past is we'll go out there and we'll do a preservation project. We may go out there and put a 1-inch overlay over the existing road. We don't do any real significant engineering. We don't buy right away. And we'll be out there and we'll do the project and people will say, well, wait a minute, why did you not install a bike lane as part of that project? And so one of the things that we have changed, and this is input from the city and from Salt Lake County, is when we're doing these preservation projects, we're going to coordinate with the community to understand what their bicycle plans are, what their goals are in that area. And if we can accommodate through either some narrowing of lanes or other things, accommodate putting down some bike lanes, we're going to do that. And that's a commitment that we're making as an organization to try to help communities be successful every which way we can. Now, our other goal we have, you've heard the word safety. We're fanatical about getting to zero fatalities. We're going to get there. Don't think that this is something we can't achieve. Now, cyclists, when you're out there, it's a little nerve-wracking at times. Different areas of the city and of the state bring certain different stresses. But as cyclists, we have responsibilities as well. And we've been working together with partners on a road respect campaign, where we get riders and we ride from one end of the state to the other, and we're stopping in communities along the way, and we're educating kids the proper way to ride their bikes. And we're trying to also bring the drivers, maybe those that are not familiar with cyclists and how we behave on the road, bring them into the discussion as well. So that Road Respect campaign is something that we're very excited about. It's been well received over the last several years, and I'm excited. I think, Mayor, we're going to have a pretty big event here June 12th in Salt Lake City as part of that Road Respect campaign. Just to touch on a couple other things here that I want to talk about. We hear you when the cyclists are frustrated if you pull up to a traffic signal and it doesn't detect you and that light doesn't turn green. And sometimes you're forced to make an uncomfortable decision to perhaps run a red light. We are working hard to have bicycle detection on our traffic signals. We did our first one down at Redwood Road, down on Mountain View Corridor down there with radar. And all of a sudden we said to ourselves, we've got a lot of radar detection out there. Can we start to use and adjust those radar detections to pick up cyclists? So one of the things our Region 2 office, and Robert Miles here, our traffic engineer out of Region 2 is here. He's going to start putting down some bicycle symbols. So that's the location as cyclists that you can stop and you will be detected by that traffic signal so that you can get a green light when you go through. Another item that we have on the fort we're working on now, and our PR people are probably upset that I'm going to mention it, but because they like a big bang. But we're going to be working on developing an app for cyclists. Now we have a traffic app, so you can look at all our traffic cameras. But as a cyclist, wouldn't it be nice to be able to look at a smartphone app and know how wide are the shoulders? What's the traffic load out there? Is there construction jobs out there? And so it's dynamically changing based on the changing conditions. And that's something that we're hoping to roll out here in the near future. But I could go on and on. I'm very passionate about cycling, but I'm just more excited about the partnership here and where we together can take the next steps. So thank you very much for your time.
I'm Commissioner LaWenda Downs. I'm also the chair of the Wasatch Front Regional Council Active Transportation Committee. I wish I had the ability, like Mike and Carlos, to announce something like, this is my dream. We have a new commuter active transportation highway we're opening up that goes from Provo to Brigham City. And someday, I think, because of the results of this kind of effort, we may be able to do something like that. And there'll be a safe place for a biker or a pedestrian to walk and to go. But this is the beginning of that. In fact, this isn't actually the beginning. As we talked with Wasatch Front and MAG, we talked about we needed an active transportation committee to help collaborate and bring folks together. We felt that bikes and pedestrians were up and coming and things were happening quickly. So we put this committee together thinking that we were beginning something wonderful, and we had our first meeting. And the meeting was packed with people and programs and passion, things that were already happening. So this really isn't the beginning of something, this year of the bike. This is something that's ongoing and has been happening, and now government and great people like your good mayor who has passion is beginning to catch on, and we're saying, let us catch up. And you've got UDOT and you've got UTA who are doing amazing things to catch up and work to make this a safe thing to do. We've got so many people who want to bike and want to bike more, who want to be pedestrians and to walk, and the time is right for this. And I want to mention, I don't think it's just the year of the bike. It's the decade. It may be the century of the bike. I think we're headed in that direction. Anyway, timing is great. And I look at everybody out there, everybody looks like they're fit and they're bicyclists. It's also a great thing for our air quality, for our health, besides our passion and a way to get where we need to get to motate. But anyway, I commend Salt Lake City for moving ahead with the bike shares program and the amazing things that we're doing, and want you to know that it's not just going to be Salt Lake City. We hope that this momentum grows, and as it grows, attention will be drawn to the fact that there are people out there on bikes and they are on a vehicle of sorts, even though it's motored by themselves. And soon this will be old hat, and we'll see so many people in the bike lane and there'll be nobody driving, and the air quality will be amazing. That's a dream. I will turn it over next to your Salt Lake County Deputy Mayor, Nicole Dunn.
Good morning. Well, I think you can feel everyone's passion, and I think it is because we all know that this is what it takes, bringing together a coalition like this with this much passion and dedication to getting things done. And I think that's why you here we're all so excited. So thank you, Mayor Becker, UDOT, UTA, the University of Utah, Wasatch Front Regional Council, and Councilman Stan Pinfold. Salt Lake County and Mayor McAdams are eager for the Year of the Bike, and we're eager to be participants, so thank you so much for putting this together. The county is a key player in Year of the Bike because we are a cohesive unit that connects those areas between the city and the state. By working to support our cycling community and building upon our infrastructure, we encourage more cycling and contribute to better air quality. Most members of our community, valley-wide, as Mayor Becker mentioned, don't know exactly where on State Street they leave Salt Lake City and enter South Salt Lake. They don't know where the invisible lines between the 16 cities and the unincorporated areas of the county are, and they shouldn't have to. As community leaders, it's our job to work together so citizens can get where they need to be in a safe and efficient way. Last summer, the county's engineering team launched our county connectivity project to address the problem of bike lanes that simply end at one end of these invisible lines. That project's priority was to connect bike lanes to major destinations like community centers, Wasatch Canyon roads, and to the already established bike lanes. I'm happy that George Daenerys has joined our team to oversee our bicycle goals. George's sole focus at the county is bikes and bicycle infrastructure. One of George's greatest assets to his new position and to county residents is his passion for his work. He is truly dedicated to building our bicycle community and infrastructure. And in addition to George's role, we have a long-standing bicycle advisory committee. I want to thank all of those who participate on the Citizen Volunteer Committee that work to propel a common goal to promote cohesive community, healthy lifestyles, and improved quality of life. Public participation helps us to understand the pulse of the community and the discussions that are taking place on the streets. I know together we can work to achieve a bicycle community that integrates community goals, ideals, and needs, and I'm excited to see the group to get that done has come together today to celebrate the Year of the Bike. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Heidi Goodhart. I'm with Commuter Services at the University of Utah, and we're very excited to be a contributing partner for the Year of the Bike. As a newly designated bicycle-friendly Silver University, we are excited to continue encouraging and promoting bicycling as a sustainable, healthy, and active form of transportation. Last year, the university, the Office of Sustainability, and Commuter Services, in partnership with Facilities Planning, made a commitment to encourage cycling on campus by formally adopting the University of Utah Bicycling Master Plan. This master plan initiated a vision of future bicycle infrastructure and programs at the University of Utah, and we are eager to make these visions become a reality. Currently, the university is funding bicycle parking improvements in addition to enhancing bicycle facilities on campus for students, faculty, staff, and visitors. Last year, we partnered with the Salt Lake City Bicycle Collective to offer the U-Bike Valet at football games and other events at Rice Eccles Stadium. The valet is a great addition to the university, and it benefits the surrounding community by reducing vehicle congestion and parking demands while incentivizing people who choose to ride their bicycle for transportation. As we work to promote the Year of the Bike, we look forward again to offering the U-Bike Valet for the upcoming Pac-12 football season. Commuter Services is also making progress on reopening the U-Bike Shop, which was previously run by student volunteers for the Bicycle Collective. In addition to encouraging bicycling and engaging the university community, we'll be promoting cycling at the U's Earth Day events in April. We are also proud to host our 3rd annual Bike to the U Day festivities at the beginning of fall semester. The University of Utah is excited to be involved with the Year of the Bike's festivities, as this allows us to have closer ties with our community and be more involved with events that are occurring in Salt Lake City. The university is directly influenced by the growth of bicycle infrastructure and culture in Salt Lake City, and we are happy to help foster this community and enthusiasm for cycling. If you need any more information about bicycle initiatives at the university, you can find us on our Facebook page, Bike the University of Utah, or our website, parking.utah.edu/bike. Thank you.
All right, well, thank you to all of our great partners, to so many of you who are here. I think, as Commissioner Downs mentioned, some of us go to a lot of meetings. I certainly do. And the Wasatch Front Regional Council has a lot of meetings. I have never seen the kind of participation and passion and interest that we see with the Active Transportation Committee at Wasatch Front, and it's a reflection of what we see there, what we see with people even just showing up today, of the enthusiasm we have in our community for cycling. I want to mention one other person. David Iltis is here with us today. And David, he's been head of our bicycling committee, our Mayor's Bicycle Advisory Committee now for a long time. Long before I got involved, he was working aggressively to move Salt Lake City forward with cycling. And he continues to do that, and I know will for a long time. But I want to particularly thank Dave for his work, not only as part of our committee, cycling magazine, and periodical, and for what I know he'll continue to do in the future. So thank you, Dave, for your work. And I can tell in looking at him, he's one of the people Stan referred to as cycling out in the snow today. So anyway, we'll be happy to try to answer questions as a group, or you can catch us individually. Maybe we'll open it up first to some questions. I'll be happy to direct them to others who are here if there's some questions from the media. If not, you've probably had enough with that, but we'll certainly be available to answer any additional questions you have. Thank you all for coming. The Year of the Bike, the Century of the Bike is ahead of us, so take care.